Okay, I'm doing this for documentation. What I mean by that, man, you can see how much bus is leaning. But anyway, everyone recommends, it don't tell you on the thing, but everyone recommends to put a little juice to your capacitors first. I have everything tight, everything's mostly charging. All I'm doing is using 12 volts. It's 12 volt, uh, 8 A's or double A's, little teeny wires just to put juice to it. And then I'm going to turn the main power on. We're going to see if it works. If anything goes wrong, that way I have proof that it's hooked up in the videos. It's hooked up right. It's got a circuit breaker down there. They don't even really recommend, it doesn't say about circuit breaker. It puts it on there, but, and heavy gauge wire. As you see, you heard that. They got, alright, the capacitors are charged, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to go take that apart. Now, I should be able to flip the switch. The switch is on. I should be able to hit it and hope nothing fries. So we'll check positive. Going down to the positive. Going to the positive. Negative. Going up to my negative. A 2-aught wire. 2-aught. This is what they give you. Little wire. It probably would work, but this is what I switched to. A 2-aught, which I'm going to change it later on, but I want it for now heavy. And here's what. So, here we go, guys. It's on. We're reading 26 volts. It got a blue light, good, at 120 volts. Now we need to test something. I don't know if I really got anything that's electrical. I got the chop saw, but here we go. It's 5,000 watts, so it should definitely do this. Because this one right here would do that. Light should be off. Make sure light is off, because I don't want to put it in there. Light is off. We don't want to put a surge to it that we don't need. And here we go. No problem, guys. No problem. It took the voltage down to 118. This is a lot of current. We're at 25.7. I'm going to turn it back on. We're at 118 at 25 volts. 24 volts. 24.9. 7. 6. 24.6. Still at 118. 5. I'm going to turn it off. And it jumps right back up to 24.53. 120 volts. It is working. Now, it's saying it's 24.5.5, and it's saying it's 24.6 now. 24. It's point might be like 0.1 off, or whatever that is, 10 thousandths or whatever of an amp. No, it's actually jumping over here. So, yeah, we're good. We got power supply. And it's a, yeah, volts coming in, it's 38.8 at 1 amp, and it's charging at 1.5 of an amp at 25.7, 5.6, and that jumps right up afterwards. We're smelly face. We got a power supply, guys. Now this is going to have to be reconfigured later on, but it's going to be close to right where it is. The only thing that had to be changed is the 2 lugs. From down there, I'm going to turn it off. Wait a second. I'm going to let this go back up to like 26.0. It's at 1.3 of an amp. I guess when it pulls a load, it charges more. It's a 0.5 of an amp there. It's 1.3 of an amp over here. When this hits 26, I'll turn it back on and see if it reads 26 over there. So now what we need to do today, but I'm gonna take some kickers from here to here and go up to here so we can build that, and I'm gonna bolt it on there for now. I was trying to see. We'll let it charge for a while, but it's 25.9, and the more solar panels I get up top, the faster it's going to charge, the better. But slow charge is actually good. I could put up to 10 solar panels on top of my bus with that charge controller. That's a 24 volt. If I was running a 12 volt system, it would be 5. We're at 26 volts. Let's turn this back on. $25.9, and it should change to 26 here very shortly. It was about a half a minute delay between the two. $25.9, and we got, it's 0.1 off, but it does catch up. There it is. It already caught up. And one thing you want to do, I actually got to get that cover and put it over here, because if I would touch it right now, I'd probably get shocked. 26, 26. So we are good. I got the power going off. I'm going to go ahead and come down here and hit the breaker. Breaker's off, and we are good. So, I don't know how many minutes this video has been. I really can't tell on this. I know, I'm looking at you and I'm like, what the heck's he doing? Anyway, that's what we got so far. So, let's see if we can get a breaker box or something today. Alright, this, you've seen me use just a couple minutes in the video. It's been about 45 minutes probably, roughly, I don't know. Seen me already use something, but I'm gonna, you know what we need to do? Told you guys, I'm not listening to myself or you guys. We ain't need to put that cover on there. If not, it might light me up. I don't want to be lit up. It just snaps on there, I believe. But it'll keep my fingers from touching it. I can still, if I really want it, slid my finger, I'd probably touch it, but... Alright, got that. Well, anyway. I'm gonna charge some batteries, so... We're at 100, we're at 20, we're running around 25, 25.9, 26, right on the same over here. And we're going to charge batteries, because we're going to need batteries. So we're going to try it out. And the battery's not going to charge because it's cold. So what I'm going to have to do is use the batteries. I turn that off for now. I'll go ahead and use the batteries. But what I did so far, as you see, you're not seeing. Alright. All I'm doing, I made marks right here. Let me get the... I'll be right back. I'll probably... I put the big Sharpie down, and like everything else, don't know where I put it. It's just one of the big Sharpies. Well, I got a mark here, guys, and a mark here, if you can see that, which you probably can. That's halfway in between, and then what I did is just set that up there, and I'm going to trim that with just my regular it's a handsaw, or a jig. It's a jigsaw, but hand jigsaw, I guess, or whatever they call them. Let's go ahead and see it again. This does not have to be perfect. I just want something to lock in up there. And I have my belt sanders and stuff, that would work on that too. That is actually pretty close. Then what we'll do is, I'll take that, I'll get a square. A speed square. Now I know bus is not level, but this is level to that, so. And if I put this up there and just say I marked it like this, a little bit off, that would be off, and then if I go straighten up, it could be a gap. So that's why I'm going to try to use a speed square to roughly put it where I need it. Let's see, by doing that, I know that's off. It's actually right there. I'm going to put that on my line. Something like that. Now, I'm going to have to trim it. I know that. And I made a mark. So, I don't know I buried my chop saw, but my chop saw would probably, the chop saw should work on that. It's 5,000 watts, and the chop saw, I don't even know where the chop saw box is. We got the chop saw. And it's only a 2-prong. You figure that chop saw would have been a 3-prong, had a ground. That don't have a ground. I just noticed that. Anyway, that should. I know. I'm gonna look and see what the wattage are. It's 1,520 watts. So if I triple that, some of them do, that's still under 5,000 watts. Tripled. It's like 4,700. So just say, I think. Not even that. It'd be 4,560. It'd be 4,560 watts. So let's see if it works, what it's supposed to do. That is actually bigger than my my generator. Ready? Cross our fingers, guys. Turn the rate on. It jumped a little at first. It took it down to 25.6, 25.7, but it cut it. It did what it was supposed to do. The hair, it should have been a hair longer, but that will be alright. I'm gonna drill and tap it. So, yeah. 5,000 watts. Everyone's giving these bad names. It turned that on. That's 1,520 watts. 152 watts. And the 5,000 watt inverter worked fine. But you see the cables I'm running, guys. I actually like it. So I'll go ahead and work on this, and I'll be back with you a little later. Okay, Dave was down, and we were messing a little bit, and we got this done. It sticks out a hair. I'm going to run down to Lowe's real quick. Now I'm going to get some, not for this, but I got to get the pieces go in to hold these. So I got to take the wire. And this is not 6.3. I told them 6.3. This is 6.4. Three hots, neutrals, whatever you want to call them, and a ground. It's not like this. 3 wires, 6.3. Which had to go on in there maybe later, but for now, we got it bent where we need it to be. I need to get some lugs that I can crimp on there. And then the black wire is going to go here. The red wires are going to go into these two. Then the white wire is going to go over here. So this will be your neutral, this will be the hot, and this will be the ground. I'll put that bar in there. So, and as of right now, we are at 26.4 volts. I turned that off everything's working great. It's charging the batteries and everything. And I'll go ahead and turn that off, the fuse. So I'll be back in a little while, and we're gonna take like. Remember, I'm gonna take what I got left here for now. This 6.4. Hit myself. 6.4. Just for now. And what I'll do is run it. I'll run this up in there. I'll put a little over here. What I'm going to do is run it in the panel, run it over to here for now or somewhere. Or I might even cut a piece of my extension cord off because that's flexible. Or might just use the extension cord, plug it in the one of the fuses. So that way we have an outlet that we can run off of here, off the main lug up top. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. What I ended up spending at Lowe's was $13 something. Wrong one, wrong bag. I was gonna this wire here. I don't know if I know we got it all bent and all that stuff, but I don't know if I'm going to use it. Because these lugs on these things, well, it's pretty stout. But see, I didn't want to, I don't want a chance of that busting either. So, but I think I'm alright. I ended up getting these. These were, this one cost me. So I could have got them smaller, but the yellows, the big lugs, and they got two different size yellows. They got a smaller lug and a bigger lug, but the holes should be the same, should work. And I ended up getting and I checked this before I bought them. This is a 1/2 inch hole, and it fits in there, so. Because we need that for up here. So what I got to do is actually, because this is just stuck together for now. If I scrape a little bit coming out, you can hear it scraping ink or anything, because this wire is so thick and heavy. It will not hurt a bit. You can see how much stuff's on there. So what I gotta do, I'd have to do and you do or whatever. Actually, these might be Phillips. The older ones were just straights. And something dropped over there. I gotta find it. Screw. Yeah, these are Phillips too. I gotta wind these all the way out. I can tell you that right now. You gotta take your nut off. And then you want to put your connector, you don't want to put it like this. You can, with the pieces sticking out. I'm going to put mine to the back. And this only goes on one way too. If you look at that, it's bowed. So make sure you put that on the right way. And I can show you. I don't know how good you can see it, but it cranks to one side. So you got to make sure that way it tightens up. Don't put it the opposite way because it's meant to bow a little bit. Whatever way you took it off, put it back on. Now I'm going to spin this around. And we're going to tighten that up. Just a pair of channel locks, cheap channel locks. You want it snug. You can actually do it with a screwdriver too if you wanted to. You can tap on it. I'm turning it back because I'm just trying to tighten it up, but I want to where I can get on the screws easy in the back too. There we go. And we're charging batteries. The battery's actually full already. I'll grab another battery, get that charged. Alright, we got that in. Now what we got to do is take our wire and feed that back in there. It's going to be a little tricky because I'm trying to get it down through the hole now. What I might have to do, what I'm going to do, I'll show you the first time. Is I'm going to loosen this back up. If I can get it loose. It's coming. They probably make a special tool for that, but use what you got. There we go. I'm going to actually put that on there and then put it in there. I know it should fit because I had it fitting in there a while ago. Just the front side. Now fit through the front side, so it should. I checked the hole. It's not fitting now. We're not doing very good. Alright, let me pause it. I'll work on this and I'll come back. Okay, what I did, you can see, I slid it on the other way. Just right here, it was making little marks on it and it was catching, so that wasn't working. Now we need to feed this like we had it before through here. And I still got plenty of the ground wire that I had. Now it's going to give me a fit again. Might have to take it all the way off and put it back on. Now I got it to move up. Now we got to figure out where we want it and bend it really good so I can get my, there it is. I want that at the back. Now I'll grab my little, I took that off, so I gotta make sure it goes back on the right way. I hope that gets on there. There it is. Alright, now I'll go ahead and I'm going to put them in the back. I'm going to snug it up like I told you you can. I'm going to use a screwdriver. You can use a screwdriver and a hammer, or I'm going to use a screwdriver in my channel lock. I could probably put channel locks in there and grab on it, but I'm going to show you the other way you can do this. Just by tapping on this lightly. You don't want to be beating on it. If you try that like I was doing there, just showing you, you can actually tighten that ring up. And that ring is tight. I got the bend where I want it. Alright. I'm going to come back here. I'm a little short, but I should be able to feel it. And I'm going to tighten this this clamp up. I'm not going to over tighten it, I'm just going to snug it. You can see it pulling on the wire already, smushing the wire. Alright. Something in there making noise. Alright, so we got that done. Now we're going to take, I went ahead and bought these. Dave did have some ties up there, which we'll probably use later on, but these are like $2, or like less than $2 for a couple of them. So, it's like 5 of them. I'm going to take these wood screws I'm using. I'm going to take these. They're a little excessively long, but for now it will work. All I'm doing is trying to mount it up in here so where it's staying in, and it's secure. I ain't worried if it moves a little bit. I just want it secure. So that's all I'm looking for, something just to hold it. It's kind of hard because I'm short, or heightly challenged, or whatever you want to call it. My door's open. Nope, I was pushing on that. I thought the door was coming open. Didn't want to fall out the door. You guys would have got a laugh, but it would have hurt. Oh yeah, nice. And it's not crimping the wire, it's not smashing the wire or nothing. I made sure. When you're at Lowe's, look in the pack, put your pack on there. Look, and make sure. Alright, now we're going to take and start wiring this. I got plenty of wire. I can actually cut that shield up a little bit if I want, which I might end up doing, but or I could just take more out, but I think we still good over here. Oh yeah, we're perfect. So alright, all I'm gonna do on this, I don't know if you've seen what that is. There you go. I just tied this down. I was talking and tied this in the back with one of these. So now I'm going to take the red and I'm going to jump it across here. I'm going to take the black. The black's going to go on the neutral. And the white is going to be my ground. And then I also got another ground right here that's in there. So I'll show you that when I'm done. Let me zoom in for you, maybe. Alright, we went ahead and I got all this wired in. This wire we don't need. It's just another ground wire ink or anything. You got the black on the black, the red on the red. I made my jumper. I got my white going over. That's my ground, my neutral. Or this is the neutral and this is the ground. Anyway, then I put the white for hot off of this. Because that's all I had. And I had the black and the green for the ground. This right here is a cable that I'm going to run into a box. Let me zoom back out. Alright, that cable is going to be run over into this box for now. And I know some people are going to probably say, well, that cable ain't heavy enough or whatever, or something. There's always a comment or two. But this cable is. This came out of a pool or pop-up camper. 30 amp. So I'm going to run that in there for now. We're going to put it in there. We're going to put a little socket in there. And I'm running it off the 15 amp. So that's what we're doing. I'll show you a little more when we get there. Alright, I had to, on these yellow ones, I'd cut 3 of the little cables off of this to get it in there for now. But they're not near each other, they're not touching, and they're tight, so I'm going to have to change this cable up. But I put it on there so no one can bump it and break anything. I got that wired into the fuse panel. All the fuses are off. Nope, it didn't like it. Something wrong. The guy I have wired in, but it doesn't like it, guys. I don't know why. There's no fuses on. And I'm at 25.3 at 1 amp. Don't know that person, so I'm turning it off. I don't even know how that's coming on. The circuit breaker ain't on. I had the circuit breaker off and it was beeping. I wonder why. That's weird, ain't it? Let's see if it works now. Maybe that was the problem. Had circuit breaker off. We're at 116 running through there. That was my stupid. And no fuses or anything on. I'll get a small load at first, just to see if it's going to work. See it come on. So that does work. I'm going to try a bigger load now. We're going to try the chop saw. This is a 15 amp chop saw. Breaker's off. Breaker's on. So you guys can see that, you'll hear it, but cross our fingers. We are good. That chop saw draws the poop out of it, but we have a circuit breaker. We have a circuit breaker panel in the bus, guys. The only thing that I do not like, this is my own, is this cable right here that I think I'm going to change it. I snatched part of homemade extension cord, that 30 amp extension cord. I got to put that back together. But it's up and running. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. At least you watch one. Please subscribe. Watch a couple videos, and maybe I can do some more how-to or how I'm doing it, hooking it up, and then you'll learn more. Or you'll laugh with me. Bye till later.